What's going on, guys? So we're back here with another video today, and boy do I have a good one for you guys. This just might be my most massive on-camera unboxing slash haul, as well as one of the most epic. We have a pickup in here today that is unlike anything I've had the personal pleasure of experiencing, and possibly unlike what a lot of you may have experienced also. But before we get to that, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Dias de Gloria Brazil by AJ Fernandez. So I would think most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with this by now. This is the new version of the Dias de Gloria. This has been out for a few months now, but I just got my hands on the box. This came from Cigar page. I paid $160 for this box. So this is the Robustos size, but it's really a double Robusto or Robusto Extra, Robusto Gordo, whatever you want to call it. It's a 5.5 by 54. Obviously 20 come in the box. And as you guys can see, there's already a few missing. I've had one and I've given one away. But as you can see, nice oily shine on that wrapper. This is a box press Parejo, and this is a Brazilian Modafino wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and filler. The normal price on these is about, I believe, 14 bucks per stick at the lowest and $16 per stick at the highest. Again, I paid $160 for this on Cigar page, which is a pretty good deal because I think this box is supposed to retail for about 290 bucks. So really can't complain there. Moving forward, we have 2 fivers of the Rojas Blue Bonnets. So I'm not super familiar with Rojas. This is kind of my first go around with them. I've been doing some research into them, and I know Noel Rojas and his blends are very highly regarded. So this is definitely something I'm looking forward to trying. This is the 6x50 Toro, and this particular blend is a Corojo Puro, if there is such a thing. It is Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper over Nicaraguan Corojo binder and Nicaraguan Corojo filler. So that sounds like a very interesting smoke. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying these. Also from Cigar page. So we have a fiver of the Liga Privada number 9 in Toro and the Oliva V Milanio in Figurado. So the Liga Privada number 9 is a 6x52 Toro with a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Brazilian Modafina binder, and Nicaraguan and Honduran filler. This cigar has been out forever. This is not a new cigar. I'm sure most of, if not all of you, have had one of these before, but these are very good cigars. This is a very classic, timeless blend. Absolutely love this stick. And pretty much the same with the Oliva V Milanio. It is a 6.5 by 52 box pressed Figurado with Ecuadorian Sumatra binder and Nicaraguan binder and filler. So going back to these were all pretty much purchased at one time, but 2 separate orders. So the 10 Rojas I managed to pick up for $67 shipped from Cigar page, and the 5 Liga Privada Toros and 5 Milanio V Figurados I managed to pick up I think like 110, something like that, 110 bucks, give or take, from Cigar page as well. Okay, so that pretty much wraps everything up from Cigar page. Next up, we have an order from Jack Schwartz Importer. So this is actually my first go around with Jack Schwartz. They're based out of Chicago, Illinois, as you can probably see on the packaging here. I've heard about them. I've browsed their website quite a bit, but this was my first time actually ordering from them. So I actually happened to pull the trigger on some Gellis family Saunters. For those of you who don't know, Gellis, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Gellis Family Cigars is actually a relatively new company started by Kyle Gellis, who is the founder of Warped. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you know what Warped Cigars is, but in case you don't, it's a cigar company responsible for giving us blends like the Cloud Hopper, the Isla del Cocodrilo, the Sky Moon, the Flor de Val, and the Chinchale, and many others. So I haven't had one of these yet, obviously, but I have heard great things about this cigar, and I've had enough experience with Warped and Kyle Gellis's blends that when they're typically well received, I don't generally hesitate to buy a box. So again, this is the Saunter, which along with the Moravis is one of the newest blends put out by the Gellis Family Cigar Company. So this is a 5 1/4 by 48 ring gauge Robusto. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut Desflorado wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. This is also made at Tabacalera Isla, which is the same manufacturer that is responsible for recently making the Isla del Cocodrilo, which has been extremely well received. I have a few myself. I've had several of them. Great cigars. And again, so far this cigar has been very, very, very well received among the community, so I am looking forward to trying one of these. Pick these up again from Jack Schwartz Importer in Chicago, Illinois. Grab these for about $165 a box, which is significant enough below retail to warrant buying 2 boxes. So, last but not least, in this week's haul is a very, very, very special pickup. Okay, this is from Small Batch Cigar. As you can see, I've already opened the box. And what we have here is something that most of you probably haven't seen before, something that I actually haven't seen before, and something that is very much a rarity in the world of New World cigars. So what we have here is a box of the Partagas Benji Master Series 2011. Now, what makes this so special, among many, many, many things, is that in New World cigars, you typically don't get this, where you have this vintage release of cigars that spent the last, in this case, 13 years, God knows where, and just aging and collecting dust and hopefully getting better with time. You see this a lot in Cubans, where a retailer gets a particular, shipment of Cubans in, and then they just age those cigars, right? Where it's 2024 and it's not abnormal to see a 2016 or 2012 or even a 2010 box of Monte Cristo number 2s or something that has just been sitting there aging. You don't regularly see this with New World cigars, okay? Typically, a blend comes out, a specific cigar comes out, and it's either an annual release, or if it's a true one and done limited edition, like this happened to be, then, it goes by the wayside. It sells out over time, maybe several years down the road. If the shop was small enough or obscure enough, or whatever the case is, you'll come across an unsealed box like this. Not necessarily with this much age on it, because this is a 13-year-old box, but with at least a few years on it, because maybe that cigar shop doesn't get frequented, maybe the people in that area just don't regularly smoke that particular type of cigar, maybe it's the price point, whatever. But this is very rare to see something like this, because this is an actual unsealed 2011 box. To see this 13 years old pop up is kind of insane. Maybe you can get something like this secondhand, but I got this again from Small Batch Cigars, and so this is just kind of insane right now that I'm looking at this. I woke up Sunday. I seen an email I got from Small Batch, and just happened to be checking, scrolling through my emails at the time. And when I opened it and I seen what was available, I immediately just went ahead and bought a box. I don't know how many of these they had potentially lying around. I don't know what they had in stock. Based on the email, they couldn't believe they even got this. I have no idea where they got it from. But again, I just know that when I seen it, had to have it. So for you guys, I'm gonna unseal this box. So let's get to it. 13 years, huh? Also, I like this style. I've never actually kind of seen this style before with like the book box. Kind of very interesting. So from the research I have done on these cigars, these were actually very well received. There were two releases in particular. There was the 2009, which was a, I believe, 6x46 Corona. And then there's this, which is a 6x54 Toro. And then I think there were some subsequent releases that were supposed to be annual, but overall the entire line's just been discontinued. But this is the original 2011 release for the Toro. And here we are. Wow, this is really nice. Well, one thing I can say is for 13 years, these are really well taken care of. That cello, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that cello is pretty yellow. Go ahead and take one of these out here. Yeah, this cello is, whew. Look at that. So a little bit about this blend. This is a Cameroon wrapper with a Habano, Connecticut binder and Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers. Again, this is a 6x54 Toro. Smelling this cigar, wow. It smells like cocoa powder. It smells like hot chocolate powder, almost like Swiss Miss. That's crazy. Still has a nice oily sheen to it. So wherever these were well taken care of, even for being sealed up for that long. Very firm cigar. No real soft spots. Wow. So the Benji Master Series is named after Benji Menendez, who has been in the world of cigars for decades upon decades. He's a master blender. He's made cigars for, plenty of cigar manufacturers. He's done a lot with General Cigars. I believe he, at one point, not sure if he still is, was a senior vice president of General Cigars. And he's blended for Macanudo, Partagas, La Gloria Cubana, and many, many, many more over the years. So I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to have this particular cigar. This cigar was highly lauded when it came out, well over a decade ago, and it is obviously something that, as I mentioned earlier, was discontinued, so it's not something that you can just readily get anymore. I've never even seen this cigar until it popped up, and I am very much looking forward to smoking this aged beauty. Like I said, this was very well taken care of. You can still see the oily sheen coming off of this cigar. This is well over a decade old. I very much cannot wait to fire one of these babies up. You can even see through this cello. This is well aged. Thank you, Small Batch Cigars. I appreciate you guys putting this out there, because I know if I came across this, even as the owner of a cigar shop, I probably would have kept it to myself. So I appreciate you guys putting it out there for the people. yeah, man, I very much cannot wait to try one of these. Okay, guys, so that pretty much wraps up this week's new Humidor editions slash pickups videos. We have the box of Dias de Gloria Brazil by AJ Fernandez. We have the 2 fibers of the Rojas Blue Bonnets by Noel Rojas. The 5 Liga Privada number 9s by Drew Estate. Another 5 of the Oliva V Milanios and Figurados by Oliva. And then we have a couple boxes of the Gellis Family Cigars Saunter. And this beauty here, the Partagas Benji Master Series from 2011. 13-year-old cigars. Boy, listen. I consider myself privileged to be able to actually have a box of these. Just the opportunity to even try these. I have no idea if they're well past their prime or if these beauties have been aged to perfection, but I promise you I'm gonna find out, and when I find out, you guys will too. That said, guys, we tally this up. That's 20, 30, 54, 64, and 76. So 76 cigars in this week's new Humidor editions slash pickup videos. So I believe, not by much, but I believe that is a new record for me. Per the usual, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And I will be back with more content.